Stop packing these clothes for your cruise in 2026. What smart travelers bring instead. Your suitcase is making your cruise harder than it needs to be. Not just because of how much you packed, though many people do overpack, but because the specific things most travelers bring are wrong for how cruising actually works. The walking, the humidity, the dress codes that have changed, the port days that get dirty, and the pool decks that stay wet. This is the Cruise Smart Channel. These are 10 packing mistakes we see cruise travelers making constantly, and exactly what to bring instead of each one. Number 1. Stop packing full formal wear for formal night. If you have not cruised in a few years, you may still be planning around formal nights the way they used to work. Tuxedo bags, floor-length gowns, the whole production. That is not what formal night looks like on most ships anymore. Most major cruise lines, Carnival, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean Princess, and others, now describe their evening dress code as smart casual or cruise elegant. That means a sport coat and dress trousers for men and a dress or elegant separates for women is not only acceptable, but common. Passengers in full tuxedos are increasingly the exception. A couple who packed formal wear, including a tuxedo bag for a 7-night celebrity sailing, used neither garment more than once and reported they would not bring either item again on any future sailing. Check your specific line's current dress policy before you pack. A well-fitted sport coat and one versatile cocktail dress or dressy outfit covers every evening on the ship for most lines sailing today. That is a fraction of the weight and space of formal wear. Coming up, the shoe mistake that causes more physical pain on a cruise than any other single packing decision. Number 2. Stop breaking in new shoes on the ship. Travelers buy shoes specifically for the cruise. New sandals, fresh walking shoes, a pair that looks right for vacation, and wear them for the first time on embarkation day. By day 2, they have blisters. By day 3, they are limping through port stops in sandals because their actual shoes are unwearable. A cruise involves more walking than most people anticipate. The ship itself is a long walk from one end to the other, many times daily. Port days can involve 5 to 8 miles of walking, depending on the destination. New, unworn shoes are not built for that volume without a break-in period. A passenger on a Royal Caribbean Alaska sailing developed serious blisters on day 1 from new walking shoes bought specifically for the trip. She wore her cabin sandals for every remaining port day because her actual walking shoes were too painful. Wear every pair of shoes you plan to bring on the cruise for at least one full day of extended walking before you pack them. If they are not comfortable after that test, they will not be comfortable on the ship. Next, the fabric that keeps people uncomfortable for an entire week in warm destinations. Number 3. Stop packing heavy cotton for port days. Cotton is comfortable in mild, dry conditions. On a cruise in the Caribbean, Mediterranean, or any warm weather destination, heavy cotton becomes a problem quickly. Cotton absorbs moisture and holds it, sweat, humidity, sea spray, and takes hours to dry. In humid conditions with walking and activity, that means spending the day in wet, heavy clothing. The cruise environment is particularly hard on cotton. Warm air, active port stops, pool deck splashes, and limited laundry access. A cotton shirt soaked during a shore excursion is uncomfortable for hours and rarely dries completely if you rinse and hang it overnight. A passenger on a Caribbean sailing who packed 5 cotton shirts for port days wore the same 2 moisture-wicking shirts repeatedly after day 2 because the cotton shirts never dried properly between uses. Replace cotton casual wear with moisture-wicking, quick-dry equivalents. Brands like Columbia, Ex Officio, and Athleta make travel-specific tops, pants, and shorts that look like regular clothing and are genuinely more comfortable in cruise conditions. They rinse, clean, and dry overnight. Stay with me. The pant choice that adds unnecessary weight and limits what you can do on port days. Number 4. Stop packing heavy jeans for a week on a ship. Jeans are what many people default to for casual travel, and on a cruise, they are one of the least practical choices you can make. A single pair of jeans weighs more than 2 pairs of travel trousers. They take overnight to dry if they get wet. They are warm in humid port destinations, and they wrinkle in a suitcase in ways that make them look worn before you put them on. A full week of jeans means your heaviest clothing item repeated daily, taking up the most space in your bag and making every port day warmer and heavier than it needs to be. A traveler who switched from jeans to lightweight travel trousers for a Caribbean cruise reported packing 2 pairs of trousers instead of 2 pairs of jeans, saving nearly 4 pounds in her suitcase before she added anything else. Pack stretched chinos, ponte trousers, or travel pants instead. They look equally put together for evening dining on the ship, dry overnight if you rinse them, and weigh half what a pair of jeans weighs. 1 pair of jeans as a backup is fine. More than one is dead weight. Up next, the swimwear problem that forces people to deal with wet fabric throughout the trip. Number 5. Stop packing multiple heavy swimsuits. 3 or 4 swimsuits for a 7-night cruise feels logical. 1 for each pool day, enough variety. What it actually produces is wet, heavy fabric in your bag that does not dry before the next morning. Modern, quick-dry swimwear, the athletic or travel-specific type, dries completely in 2 to 3 hours hanging in the stateroom bathroom or on a balcony. That means one well-chosen swimsuit is genuinely sufficient for a 7-night sailing. Rinse it after use, hang it, and it is ready the following morning. Traditional swimwear fabrics take 12 to 18 hours to dry completely, which means rotating wet items, stuffing damp fabric into bags during port stops, and losing luggage space to items that one better choice would replace. Pack 1 or 2 quick-dry swimsuits, a lightweight wrap or sarong that doubles as a cover-up and beach blanket, and a pair of quick-dry pool shorts if needed. That is all the swimwear you need for any 7-night sailing. Coming up, the color palette that makes every port day much harder to get through cleanly. Number 6. Stop packing mostly white and light colors for port days. White and light colors look perfect in travel photos and feel right for a vacation in warm weather. They are also the worst possible choice for port days. Port stops involve metal gangways that leave marks, crowded markets, sandy or dusty streets, and various surfaces that are not always clean. White shows everything immediately. A white shirt that looks fresh at 8 a.m. often looks unwearable by noon on an active port day. And unlike most stains at home, port day stains are harder to address quickly when you are 30 minutes from the ship. A passenger on a Mediterranean sailing who packed primarily white clothing spent time spot cleaning in ship restrooms before dinner on multiple port days because her outfits could not make it through an active day without showing the evidence. Pack darker or mixed color palettes for port days. Navy, olive, slate, or any patterned fabric that hides the reality of a busy stop. Save your lighter colors for sea days when you are staying on the ship. Next, the shoe count that is adding significant weight to most cruise bags for no reason. Number 7. Stop packing more than 3 pairs of shoes. Shoes are the heaviest single category of items in any travel bag, and cruise passengers routinely overpack them. 5 or 6 pairs for a 7-night sailing is common. 7 or 8 is not unusual. The practical shoe needs for a 7-night cruise are 3. A comfortable walking shoe for port days, a dressier shoe or low-heeled sandal for evenings on the ship, and a flip-flop or pool sandal for deck areas and beach stops. Every pair beyond these 3 is weight you are carrying through airports and bulk you are unpacking at both ends of the trip. A traveler who packed 6 pairs of shoes on a 7-night Caribbean sailing wore only 3. 2 pairs never left the suitcase. 1 was worn once to a single dinner. Lay out every pair you are considering and eliminate anything that does not serve a genuinely distinct purpose. 3 pairs covers every situation on a standard 7-night cruise. Prioritize lightweight, versatile options. Stay with me. The jewelry decision that adds stress and risk to every port day. Number 8. Stop bringing real jewelry and valuables on a cruise. Cruisers routinely bring their best jewelry on vacation. Rings, necklaces, watches, earrings, because a cruise feels like an occasion. Port environments in many destinations present a different reality. Crowded markets, busy excursion buses, beach stops, and high-traffic tourist areas are environments where theft and opportunistic crime do occur. Even on the ship, the stateroom safe is convenient but not perfectly secure, and staterooms are not impenetrable when the ship is in port. A passenger on a Mediterranean cruise had her gold chain necklace pulled and broken during a crowded market visit at a port stop. A couple on a Caribbean sailing left a camera and watches in their stateroom safe during a port excursion and returned to find them missing. Leave real jewelry at home. Bring 1 or 2 pieces of quality costume jewelry that cover any evening look you want. Leave your good watch behind and use your phone or a basic watch. The stress and risk of protecting valuables in port is not offset by what they add to the trip. Last one, the rain gear approach that produces 2 opposite mistakes on most cruises. Number 9, stop packing a heavy rain jacket and stop packing nothing at all. Cruise rain gear falls into 2 opposite failure modes. Some passengers bring a full, heavy, waterproof jacket for a warm weather Caribbean sailing and use it once for 20 minutes. Others skip rain protection entirely and spend a soaked afternoon in port with no good options. For most cruise destinations, Caribbean, Mediterranean, Alaska shoulder season, a packable, lightweight rain layer is the right answer. It folds into its own pocket, weighs a few ounces, fits in a day bag for port stops, and handles the brief afternoon shower that is common in warm weather destinations. Those showers typically last 20 to 40 minutes. A passenger on a Caribbean sailing who brought a full, heavy rain jacket wore it once, briefly, and carried it through every port stop for the remaining week. A packable rain shell would have done exactly the same job at 1/10 the weight and bulk. Pack a packable rain layer that compresses small. It covers 90% of rain situations in typical cruise destinations, adds almost nothing to your bag, and eliminates the choice between being soaked and being weighed down. Number 10, stop packing one complete outfit for every single day. The instinct to pack a fully separate outfit for each day of a 7-night cruise results in a suitcase that is difficult to lift, exhausting to move through airports, and hard to manage in a stateroom where storage space is genuinely limited. A cruise does not require 7 completely different looks. Sea days call for casual, comfortable wear you keep on for hours. Port days require practical clothing you change out of when you return. Evenings repeat a similar structure. A capsule wardrobe of 5 or 6 mix and match pieces works across any combination of sea days, port stops, and casual or dressy evenings. A first-time cruiser who packed 14 complete outfits for a 7-night sailing wore fewer than half of them, spent time on arrival unpacking and finding storage for everything, and found her large suitcase difficult to navigate through the terminal. Plan 5 bottoms and 6 tops that work together in multiple combinations. Add 1 or 2 evening outfits. Pack accessories that shift the same pieces across different contexts. That covers a full week on a ship with room to breathe in your bag and in your stateroom closet. The right cruise wardrobe is lighter, more practical, and more versatile than most people pack. The ship is a beautiful environment, but it is also a moving vessel with humid air, active port stops, and conditions that are harder on clothing than most vacations. Pack for where you are actually going, and the whole trip gets easier. That is what the Cruise Smart channel is here to help you do. Subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.